India's final deadline for Pakistani nationals in the country expires today, with those holding medical visas asked to leave the country by today. Tempos and cars have queued up at the Atari border in view of the same, waiting to cross over into Pakistan. Pak nationals overstaying the deadline could face strict action, resulting in the long queue at the Wagah-Attari border following India's visa suspension in response to the Pahalgam terror attack. Pak diplomats have been asked to leave the country, as well as India ordered Pak to reduce the strength of its High Commission from 55 to 30, with the deadline for them being tomorrow, the 30th of April. Aditya Vadavan is joining us for more on this story. Aditya, rush is being seen at the Atari-Wagah border. What are you seeing around you as you report on ground there?
Well, absolutely. Absolutely, Uday. If you see, some time back, there was a huge rush at this juncture. Many cars and tempos were lined up here, waiting. And in those tempos and car, all the Pakistani people were waiting to cross over to Pakistan through Atari. And still, if I could just request my VJ, still a car is there. Some of the cars are there waiting to cross over to Pakistan through Atari border, and many it is expected that more tempos and vehicles will in some time come here and go through this. As you can see, the border security force personnel are keeping a strict vigil, and are questioning whosoever is arriving here, and they are checking their Pakistani passports here. So it is today, since the medical the limit for the medical visas have now completed. So all the Pakistanis have to leave India by today. Yes, Uday.
Absolutely. Also, of course, you've spoken to many of them on ground there, Aditya. What are they telling you? Of course, what are their thoughts on, of course, this big development? Are they going to now speak out openly against their government in Pakistan, to stop this policy of terror against India? Because of their government and their army, ordinary citizens will face the brunt.
Well, absolutely, Uday. As you rightly pointed out, it is all these, when we're talking to these Pakistanis, who are waiting to cross over to Pakistan through via Atari border, they told that some of the Pakistani women were seen crying here because, their loved ones, because their family members had to depart to Pakistan, because, we spoke to some couples, where where two wives had to depart to Pakistan, and their husbands now would stay without their wives in India. It was a very personally heart-breaking moment for those people, whose loved ones had to travel to Pakistan, considering the fact that the Pakistani establishment, the army and the ISI openly supports terrorism in Pakistan, and the Pakistani government uses terror as one of their primary state policy. So, at this juncture, all these the citizens have to pay the brunt of the sinister actions of the Pakistani establishment. Yes, Uday.
All right, show us what else is happening there around you, Aditya, as you, of course, stand at the border. The deadline will end this evening today. Are we expecting to see a further rush?
Well, absolutely. I will just ask my VJ. You can see there four cars are parked there. There is that immigration center where the Pakistanis, after showing their Pakistani passport to the BSF personnel here, you can also see one of the person who is giving his Pakistani passport, and the BSF person is checking his Pakistani passport. From here, all the people will depart to the immigration center, where thoroughly all the documents and the credentials of these Pakistani nationals are thoroughly checked, and then from here on they are sent. They are allowed to cross the border through via Atari border. And from here, just let us just put this into perspective. That Lahore is just 23 kilometers from Atari border. I would request my VJ to show that signboard mentioning Lahore is just 23 kilometers from here, and so all these Pakistani citizens who are coming here and going towards Pakistan will go via Lahore. Yes, Uday, back to you in the studios.
Are you also seeing Indian nationals who've come in to India over the last 24 to 48 hours?
Well, absolutely, Uday. If you see, the Indians, who will, it is expected that by 1 p.m., the Indians, who will come back from Pakistan will start arriving from the other end. Currently, where we are standing, they will come from the other road. If I can ask my VJ, from this road, the road on the right, from there, all those Indians, who are coming back to India from Pakistan will go to various other cities via Atari border. Yes, Uday.